play this season. What has been the biggest focus so far for you guys as you start fall practice?
I think Mike just kind of said it. We're really working on our half-court offense and just trying to, find more shots from different people besides Mossany and Britt and Diamond, and try to just have everybody be scorers.
This year is so unique with the extra year that players are given. You get all 5 of your returning starters back. For you, I mean, what is that like as a coach, knowing exactly what you have on your plate?
I think I'm just so excited. I never wanted to lose our seniors, and when it came back that they were all coming back, all of our coaches, we really got excited. And we asked them first if that's something they want to do, because 2 of them definitely want to play after their seasons here. But when they said they were coming back, we were super excited because, number one, we love them as human beings, and they're like family to us, and we never want to lose them. Number 2, they're going to get their master's degrees. All of them have started their master's degrees. That's super important to me and my staff, that education has always been first. So they get to start their master's degrees, and I think 2 of them, 2 of them for sure they're going to finish their master's degree by the time they graduate next year. And then obviously basketball-wise, I mean, we got 2 of them that are starters, and they played tons of minutes, so that just really helps our team.
Hey, Coach A, Brooke Weisbrod in the studio. I think that's such a testament to the program that you and your staff have built, that players want to come back, and having a senior, strong, driven team is so important. And coming out of the NCAA tournament last year, one of the great things that we saw was women feeling way more empowered to use their voice. You as a coach, as a women's coach, is definitely a great example of that. But how have you empowered your young ladies to use their voice?
I just, every day, I mean, we're a very diverse team. We're, everybody's different, but we talk about that every day. I want them to not leave this place with every tool necessary to be able to be successful in life. It's not just basketball. I mean, I think all college coaches, we want to win and we want to coach basketball, but here at UCF and just my staff in general, I mean, no matter where I've been, my staff has been with me. 3 of them played for me, and the other 2 have been with me with quite some time. And, my staff and I, we're all about empowering women. It's not just me. And so I think when you have strong individuals like myself and my staff, our players have great role models. We're all different. My whole staff is different. I'm different. But we have just a great group of players and my staff members especially that just know how to empower women. And each of my players can look up to each of us in all different sorts of way. And I think that's really important to women, because when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of great role models. I mean, I couldn't watch people on TV. I didn't have a whole female staff where I could look up to people. I mean, I have 2 staff members that, have children, and obviously I have children and are married. I have 2 staff members that are not, and they're independent and they're strong women. So like whatever our players want to be, they have a lot of people on my staff and around them that they can look up to and ask for advice. So I just think that's something that's always been around just me personally as a head coach, but it has to do with my assistants too. They're really strong, empowered women, and I think our players are very fortunate to have them.
Coach Mike O'Donnell here in studio. 2 years ago, I get a chance to watch practice a few times. Last year, unfortunately, I didn't. But when I walk out of your practice, I'm usually motivated to change the world and run through a brick wall. And I'm wondering, for your team this season, most people assume that you got all 5 starters back. Let's just roll the ball out and have a good practice. How have your team really kind of set you up there in practice, and how's the motivation been?
Well, it's been great because we still have Mossany back, and Mossany actually left for about 3 weeks to go play with the national team, and she was gone, and we really missed her presence. I mean, she does so many intangibles for us, and I think this is going to be a really big basketball year for her also, but the intangibles she brings every single day to practice, I mean, as a captain, as a leader, I think it's been truly a blessing that she was gone for a little bit, and we had to train some other people how to step up like Moss does, every single day in practice. I actually sent them a quote yesterday about if you're best players are your hardest workers on your team every single day, you're going to have a championship program in general. And she's like the epitome of it. I mean, she's our hardest worker every single day in practice. She comes prepared every single day in practice. Then she gives to our players. And then, Tay Saunders now a captain, and she's one of our hardest workers. And Diamond Battles is a captain for us, and she's one of our hardest workers. So I got 3 of them, every single day. And so for us as coaches, and most coaches know this, if you have some great leaders on your team, then every day when I come into practice, I'm like, this is great. Moss has got them, Diamond's got them, Tay's got them. I don't have to train anymore. And so it's really a blessing that we have all 3 of them back.
Makes your job easy. We have some media questions via Zoom. Tom is going to take that away for us.
All right, thanks, Chris. Our first question will be from Eric Lopez at the Black and Gold Banneret.
Coach, good to talk to you again. I want to ask you about your schedule, an incredible schedule. You've got Tennessee coming to your place, Arkansas is coming to your place. I know you're going to Iowa, back home for you against a very good Iowa team there. You're going to Virginia. Just talk about your schedule and the non-conference schedule in particular, the unbelievable schedule, especially having teams coming to your place too, showing the respect to your program's game.
Yeah, who made that schedule? I didn't make that schedule. No, I just think it's, when we have our league meetings, we talk about, making sure that our RPI now net is really high, because I think it's super important for our conference and all of our conference coaches. We really want to get, if we can, 4 teams in to the tournament. And so that's something we have been talking about for 5 years since I've been here. And so, we really took that to heart. And obviously now that we are a seasoned team, then we really want bigger challenges. And I know our especially our seniors and our upperclassmen, they really want bigger challenges. And to play in this league and to get to, the conference tournament or be at the top of the league, you have to schedule up in the preseason in order to compete in the season. So we've just really tried to schedule a little differently. Obviously the SEC American challenge, that really helps us because we played last year against LSU, and this year we're obviously playing against Arkansas at home. But the other teams we've scheduled, and we got lucky that Tennessee said yes, because it's been really hard to schedule. I mean, we've said we would go places, and then people don't want to play us, or they just maybe would prefer to come to Orlando and play. So we got some really good games coming in. Super excited, and our players really want that challenge.
All right, our next question will be from Leo Torres with NSM Today.
Hey, Coach. So you have returned 5 starters. I just wanted to know, is there a player that you've seen so far in practice that maybe their progress has surprised you, that you didn't maybe see coming?
Didn't see coming. I would hope everything I would see coming, but I think that it's a collection of people. I would have to say Destiny Thomas. I think she really turned it on at the end of the year last year. You kind of saw her in the conference tournament championship, and just when we played USF here. I mean, she is a unstoppable rebounder, and she's really has a college body now, and she's really developed, really. I mean, just every part of her, physically, mentally, everything. And I'm a big believer, if you're physically fit, you're mentally tough. And she's there now, and now actually she has an extra year. So she's a junior, really, coming in playing wise. But I would have to say on our team, like every day in practice, I'm like, whoa, like whatever team I put her on, nobody's boxing her out. I'm like, I'm like, we got to box Destiny out, but also Destiny's looking to score more too. And it's really cool for my team to see that, because, our upperclassmen like Mossney and Diamond and Tay and Alicia Lewis and Brittany Smith, they're super pumped about it. They're like, yes, Destiny. Like they all know that her coming better this year is going to even make us better. And then, even the newcomers we have this year, we have 2 newcomers and 2 freshmen. The newcomers are going to really help us.
All right, the next question will come from Jason Beatty at the Orlando Sentinel.
Coach, you just mentioned a couple newcomers and the younger freshmen. For such having a veteran team return all 5 starters, how helpful is that for those newcomers and the younger players?
Well, I think the newcomers are really going to step in. I think the newcomers have a lot of experience. They they've played at different Division I programs. I mean, I think coming in, I mean, that's kind of what happened with Alicia Lewis and Asia Todd last year when they came in. They were at different universities, so they're seasoned college players. So I think that transfer portal is helpful for everybody in terms of when you get a transfer, they've played in college. They have a college body. You know, they kind of know what to expect different from freshmen coming in. Our freshmen are super talented, but our newcomers coming in, they have the experience. And I don't think you have to really push them into the pace of college athletics as much as you really have to do that with freshmen. Our freshmen are great. I'm not saying they're not, but our newcomers, you're going to probably see them a lot.
Our last question will come from Eric Lopez.
Coach, Tay Sanders obviously acknowledged by in the preseason first team all conference. Discuss how she's evolved as a player. She's a dynamic two-way player, among the best defensive players, and obviously her offense has come along with that. Discuss Tay's growth.
Well, I think this extra year is going to help her too, because this is her third year with us, and obviously she knows our system, and she loves our system, and she loves the front of the press, and she doesn't want to give that up as much as there's some other people now that can actually get up there, not just her and Diamond. But I think that Mike said it. He said, she gets a lot of her points off of those transition layups and everything. But this year she's really been working on her outside shot after the season ended this year. Because a lot of people don't really play. They play off her completely. So we've really been offensively working on her to shoot. Because if she could shoot, then she's going to be super dangerous. She's going to get by you because she can get by you. So, I mean, I think Tay's success has also come off the part of everybody has been doubling Brittany and Moss. And so when you double Brittany and Moss, we work on finding the next pass, finding the next person, finding the one more. And Tay could be weak side, strong side, and she's been able to, capitalize on those double teams that are coming from Brittany and Moss. And so, hopefully this year we can spread the floor out in terms of scoring where people can't double Brittany and Moss, and that's really going to open up Brittany and Moss a lot more too. And they got double teamed a lot last year, so I think Tay's scoring came in the half court because of that, because of the double teams also. So I just think we've been really working on offense to make everybody really dangerous, so everybody can get points where the double teams can't come as much. Because those double teams, we really worked on those last year a bunch with Brittany and Moss, and where to kick it and how to kick it and who to find and who to be ready to open and shoot. And so Tay's success has come a little bit from that too.
Coach, a final question from Chris in the studio. You mentioned some of the players that have dreams to play professional basketball when their time is done. How did those conversations go with them, and how did you find out that they would be coming back for another year?
Well, I mean, when they're freshmen, I have individual meetings with all of them, and we call them PIPs. We call them personal improvement plans, and we talk about their futures. And we don't just talk about basketball. We talk about what they're going to do the next 55 years of their lives. And I think they all come in saying they want to play. They want to play professionally. And as the years go on, I think that they know that they could go make a little bit of money playing if we can get them over there now that COVID is kind of settling down a little bit. But they can also have something to fall back on, So we try to prepare them both ways. Those conversations, I think, kept them here because of their master's degrees. And I think they know, and their parents, it's not just Coach Abe. I mean, their parents, they want them educated, they want them, some of them are going to be first kids in their families to get master's degrees, and that's a big thing. And we talk about that from day one when they come in as, young women, like, if we can pay for your school for free, let's get that done. Like, your master's degree, you're going to leave college and have your master's degree, like, and you're going to have no, bills and student loans to pay off. Like, that's big, and most people are like, oh, I don't want to stay in school that long. Well, now they're fifth year seniors and they know one more year of college athletics, and you can get your master's degree and you could probably play professionally. That's something that we talk about from day one. And so I think, especially Tay and Moss, playing professionally is something they want to do, but they have a plan after it's over, what are you going to do the next 55 years of your life? They know that they're going to go experience the world, see the world, have that opportunity in life to be able to do that. And then when they're done with that, hopefully they'll save money doing that. They could start their own business, or they can, get into the career they want to get into. And, we're just going to support them in anything they do. So I think those conversations, to answer your question, Chris, really evolved over a 4-year period, 5-year period.
Head coach Katie Abraham-Henderson. Coach Abe, thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to watching your ladies play here soon.
Thank you so much.